George was a student of mine, and he was a standout student, always eager to find out why and always eager to learn. And I got to know him after law school even more than I did in the institution. And he's just a first-rate guy, wonderful disposition. Everybody likes him.
George and Ann have been especially generous to Suffolk University Law School, and particularly our students, committing more than $1 million to support them. But an honor like this one also recognizes George's accomplished and impressive career since he graduated from Suffolk Law in 1975. I am personally grateful to George for his membership in the law school's Dean's Cabinet, giving me strategic advice that has taken the law school to new heights in recent years, including our highest ever overall ranking and the best ever employment outcomes for our graduates. Despite all of George's many successes, he has never forgotten his roots. He, like so many Suffolk Law students past and present, came from a family that valued education. Both he and Ann have long recognized the ways in which higher education can fuel success in people's lives and careers. For this reason, they have consistently sought to pave the way for others to pursue higher education themselves, especially those who have fewer financial resources. In light of those commitments, it is no surprise that they have created the George Keches Scholarship Fund to support law students who are from Massachusetts, the first in their families to go to college and have demonstrated financial need. George and Ann are also establishing the Thomas Healy Endowed Scholarship Fund in honor of George's friend and Suffolk Law alum, Tom Healy. George and Ann, your stories are the reason we do the work here at Suffolk Law. So on behalf of Suffolk University Law School, it is our honor to be naming this room after you, and we are deeply grateful for your support, which will be changing the lives of Suffolk Law students for generations to come.
I have known George for now coming up to nearly 50 years. George and I have been friends, two of us, just young guys up in the State House, and knowing that if we worked hard, we could potentially maximize our God-given abilities. When George was up there, he was actually going to Suffolk Law School, as I was just a very, very, very new state representative on the Judiciary Committee in the State House. And I will tell you, right from the very beginning, you could tell that George was special. George was smart. George had vision. And so right from the very beginning, George and I became friends. And I just want to tell you that over all of these years, it's been my honor to be his friend and his partner in so many things. So I just want to say to you, George, and to Ann, thank you for all you do to make our world a more just place in which to live, and in the spirit of passing this favor on to others like George and I, who were the first people in our families to go to college and to law school. And I know that this is the greatest gift that anyone can pass on. And it's just so typical of George that this is the way in which he would want to make a difference. George and Ann, driven by their passion to level the playing field and ensure all have access to a legal education, they represent the best of Massachusetts through their commitment to service and philanthropy.
I see this as a full circle moment for George and Ann. They care about people, they care about relationships, and in relationships, you have the ability to help more people, and we all know if we needed to help someone that we couldn't help ourselves, we all call George, and George can inevitably find that path to make sure that someone gets that opportunity to do something. There's no question that what drove Anne and George throughout their life was the desire to work hard, but knowing that they could have opportunity and achieve their dreams. The speaker before us said, money shouldn't be the barrier to achieving your dreams, right? That is so true, but not so real for a whole lot of people with a whole lot of talent and diversity of experiences to give to us here in this Commonwealth. And with this beautiful program, there will be so many more that will. George Keches and Anne McGuire Keches, we are so proud and honored to honor you, which is a rare occasion for us to just simply say thank you for being our friend, thank you for making this Commonwealth better, and thank you for investing in young people who just have dreams that they want to see come true.
I want to thank Suffolk Law School for honoring my friends in this fashion and for all the work that you do on a daily basis, improving the quality of legal education in the Commonwealth. We're surrounded by young attorneys all over this room, Sean Flaherty and others who had the great benefit, I think, of learning the practice of law under George and Anne's tutelage. And they approach their profession in much the same energetic and relentless fashion that our two honorees have practiced during their professional lives. The same embodiment of tenacity and energy that was the trademark of our honorees. And we have also the generous legacy that George and Anne have bestowed upon young aspiring students here at Suffolk Law School. And I'm sure that just like George and Anne, it will make a tremendous difference.
So I want to thank George Keches and his wife Anne for their incredibly generous donation to this wonderful institution. This donation is a great reflection of humanity, and I'm extremely grateful and honored to be the student speaker here today because of how personal this matters to me. I want nothing more than to have the ability to follow in your footsteps one day and support my alma mater just as you are doing. And as Alexander Smith put it, a man doesn't plant a tree for himself, he plants it for posterity. I am inspired by your actions, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything you have done for the Suffolk Law community and the Suffolk University community at large.
Well, thank you, President Kelly, Dean Perlman, Steve, Lieutenant Governor Polito, Eddie Mackey, and having Dean Sargent here, what a thrill. What a thrill, because I'm not so sure I would be here today giving this gift to Suffolk Law School were it not for his good deeds as our dean and as our president of the university. A truly remarkable man. You know, I've been so fortunate in life. I have founded a law firm with 55 attorneys from 150 staff people. Haven't done it by myself. I've been lucky enough to mentor young attorneys. I've had a great opportunity to see people grow, become good attorneys and good citizens. And that gives me an immense amount of pleasure and satisfaction during my life. And to think that a legacy will continue to endure with the scholarships that are being given and the opportunity for individuals who might not have the wherewithal to go to law school and to practice the profession and to level the playing field to some extent is very, very, very satisfying. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful career. I've never had a bad job. I just want to thank, my family, all of my friends that have come up here from around the country, and most of all, the person who I would not be here but for, and that's my wife, Ann. Anne McGuire, one of the most talented trial attorneys in the 80s, was one of the two female attorneys who broke the ceiling in practicing litigation law in the 80s. The other was a graduate of Suffolk Law School, Liz Mulvey. And she, and I still remember being on the front cover of the Globe and the Boston Herald. They had a big picture of both. They both hit 7-figure cases on the same day. And it was obviously news among the bar and the public at that point in time. She continued to practice in the 80s. I was not making a lot of money at that point in time. And without her financial success, and yes, she was making a lot more money than I was at that period of time, I would not have been able to launch my firm because I had other obligations that needed supporting, and it was difficult to take that chance. But with her support, I was able to do that. And she's been a wonderful partner, wife, mother to our children. I have been so fortunate in my lifetime with her by my side. And I just want to thank her. So I just want to thank everybody for coming today. And I am so, so grateful for everybody that has appeared here today, and my good friends, Stevie Lynch, Lieutenant Governor Ed Bakke, and Dean Sargent. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
As we get ready to dedicate this room, my personal thanks on behalf of the university to both you, George and Ann, for the incredible gift and legacy that you are giving to us and to so many students. One more round of applause, please. And so, for our official dedication, there's a plaque outside this room that reads, "The George N. Keches Room is hereby named in grateful recognition of the philanthropic leadership of George N. Keches, Esquire, J.D., class of '75, and Anne Marie McGuire Keches, Esquire." This room will be an enduring tribute to their generous support of Suffolk Law School and their legacy that will live at Suffolk and positively impact the lives of current and future students for generations to come. Dedicated and named this 25th of May, 2022. Dean Perlman and George and Ann, will you please now do the honors?